There are some stories that your teachers don't tell you, about the Revolutionary War in particular. There may be others, too. But the Revolutionary War was between the Americans and the English. And they were sick of fighting, and they didn't want to fight anymore. So they decided that they would have a track meet, and whoever won the track meet would win the war, and all the fighting would stop. Well, they were in a field. And out in this field there was a very clear space, and there also was a herd of cows. You've heard of cows. And they ran their track meet in this huge field. And the first event was the dashes. Now, Americans have always been good at dashes, so the Americans won the dashes. So they led 1-0. The second event was a long-distance race. It was about a mile long, more or less. The English have always been good at long distances, and so they won the long-distance race. And now it was 1-1. The next event was the long jump. Now, back then, they didn't call it the long jump. They called it the broad jump. And the Americans won the broad jump. It was now 2-1. But once again, the English came back in the high jump, and they won the high jump event. It was now 2-2. There was only one event left, and that was the shot put. Now, they didn't use a regular shot put. Back in those days, they used a cannonball. The English contestant stepped up to the front. This was in Yorktown, right out in that field. And that cannonball looked like a pea in his hands. And he took the shot put and he went, "Ugh!" And out went that shot put, that cannonball, out toward where the cows were. It landed right before where the cows were grazing. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. No one's going to beat that. Up came the American. Now, the American was a kind of a small guy. And instantly you heard groans from the crowd, especially the Americans. That American, though, he put everything he had into it. He got ready. He concentrated. He closed his eyes, and he began to go, and he moved, and out went the cannonball. It had a twist on it. Not only did it go past where the cows were, but once it got to where the cows were, it started to twirl and twist and went completely around where the herd of cows was and landed exactly where the English contestants' cannonball had landed. Only it had gone further, and so the Americans won. And that, since this time, has been known as the shot whirled round the herd.